Hello, YouTube fans, and welcome to another edition of Braddock Media's Toy and Collectible Reviews. On this week's episode, I get to cover this incredible Amazonian goddess here beside me. I love Wonder Woman. She is my favorite comic book character, being an Amazon myself. In this week's episode, I'm going to talk about different parts of the statue, the two things I really didn't like about it, unfortunately, box art, but I also want to share my feelings on Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman in the upcoming movie. This was a hard one for me, and it was a big controversy amongst fans, but we'll get more to that after box art.
Oh.
So I'd love to say that this week's box art is short and sweet, but with the Amazonian theme we've got going on, we get a tall box this week. It's elegant, it's very different than anything else we've seen on the show so far. Normally, Sideshow will take the statue and incorporate it into the box. That's generally just for branding purposes as well as easy pick out when you're in a comic store and you're kind of scanning across wherever they have them. You can be like, that's the statue I want. I'm glad they didn't do that. This is really elegant. What I want from you, Sideshow, is to actually make this front box art into a print so I can come home, see that in my hallway, and just show my Amazonian pride. So let's take a 360 of this box art, and now I'm going to just kind of spin it around here for you. So yes, tall and sweet. Now that we've gone over box art, let's head over to the breakdown. Let's go over all the different pieces that make up Diana in all of her glory. This statue, we're going to start right down in the base because this base is huge. It's so big. It's hollow though. You don't have to worry about hauling this giant thing or breaking your shelf from too much weight. I think you can probably hear this in my microphone. It's weighted enough that she's not going anywhere. She's not falling over. The paint job on this base is really beautiful. They've airbrushed it all in, made it weathered, made it look old, kept it simple. Really great job on this one. Her second piece on the base, there's two other pieces that kind of slot in here beside her body, is a helmet, which you can see in this picture here. The helmet, I'm not brave enough to do this. Her hair, so we're going to kind of jump between these two pieces. You'll see them both here on the shot. Her hair is a separate piece that attaches with a peg from her head. I am not brave enough to stick that on there and damage or scratch the paint on her face. So I'm going to look around on the forums and see if I can see anybody else who's attempted that or tried to make it work. It looks like it would fit. Her head is totally bald when the hair comes off, so it might. The next part on this base is the sword, which you can see here. It just looks like it's just been shoved in there. I'm assuming it's Wonder Woman's weapon gear. A little too weapons heavy on this statue. I know it's supposed to be, pre or post battle. I'm kind of not sure on that one because she's not very dirtied up or battle damaged. Her shield is quite in epic condition. We'll actually jump to that part next since the sword is kind of really simple there. This shield, which I'm going to turn right now and you kind of get to see a really amazing side profile of this statue. That shield is fracking beautiful. It is so shiny and so just really, wow, what a powerful stance on the side profile of this statue. It comes out right below the elbow. The exclusive version, this is the non-exclusive version, comes with an axe hand, which I'll show you a picture here, and that's with her holding the axe. Again, too weapon heavy. You have a sword, you have an axe, you have a spear. Now that we've addressed those different pieces, let's jump up to the spear. This was a big problem on the forums of breakage. A lot of people had right here, I'm going to turn her back around so you can see the spear. This bit of like tethered leather that's coming down here, a lot of people had it kind of like big glue marks here where they've attached it together and different things that were wrong with it. This one obviously doesn't. It's great. The spear comes down to the hand, and the hand is where it separates. There's a little magnet attachment there into the gauntlet. I don't like this at all. I think this is one of my things that really bothered me with this statue. She should have it in the ground. This Sideshow has done with a couple other statues that I've seen is a pain in the butt for putting on your shelves or trying to display her by another statue because you've got this giant thing sticking around, and I have almost poked my eye out with that thing more than once. So again, have the weapon straight up and down. I mean, she's already in that power stance. That would have worked really great. When it came to the exclusive arm, I'm going to jump back to that here. The axe, I don't get it. I never really used to seeing Wonder Woman with an axe. It's usually her lasso and her fists. I mean, that's Wonder Woman. I would have really liked to have seen a detachable lasso on her other side. You can kind of see it here. I'm going to spin this again. So they had the lasso attached right into the side piece here. I would have liked that to have been magnetic, just kind of sitting on there, and then a separate arm holding the lasso, getting it ready to use. That would have been perfect for me. I would have loved that. It would have been great. So now that we've kind of gone over all of the different pieces, her body is that one solid, her hair. So yeah, we've covered them all. I'm going to go into a couple of my dislikes on this one as well, besides those ones. Her boobs do look a little ridiculous. I don't know who sculpted these, but they look like tangerines or bad breast implants shoved onto the body. Didn't work for me at all. So we got the lasso, the axe, and a few things there. But all in all, I still love her. She's Wonder Woman. She's beautiful. Now I'm going to go into something that language may get a little bit obscure here. So if you have little ones, you might want to earmuff them, send them out of the room. This drove me nuts when it came to the chauvinistic comments when Wonder Woman's production shots were first shown to the public. There was a huge backlash on all of the forums. She looks like a man. She looks manly. And Sideshow did feminize her face a little bit more from the production shot. I understand that from a sales point of view. Obviously, there was a lot of people who were saying they weren't going to buy it. But to the guys who were saying this, you have never, if this is too manly for you, you have never touched a breast in your entire life. I'm sorry, but that is just sad. This is woman all over. She is gorgeous, she is beautiful, and she is tall and strong. I know so many women that look up to Wonder Woman. I would love to be Wonder Woman, and yes, she is my favorite comic book character. So big up yours to all you different, all the different chauvinistic a-holes that, said she was too manly. So now that rant is over, I guess my language wasn't so bad, but you can bring your kids back in the room if you're there, have them around watching. So yes, now that that's kind of gone over, now I'm going to talk about Gal Gadot and my views on her playing Wonder Woman. I actually, when it first came out, I was kind of a little bit miffed. I did find out she was 5'10". That's okay. That's pretty tall for Hollywood, especially for different actors, because what people don't understand is most actors are actually incredibly short. She pulled it off. Watching Batman versus Superman, really wasn't a fan of that movie, but she can act. She is strong. They made her look just as tall as Superman and Batman, if not even just a little bit more in some scenes. She's gorgeous. She's a whole new Wonder Woman. She's not Linda Carter. She gets my vote. At first, I was a little bit iffy, but as soon as I saw her acting and as soon as I saw her being Wonder Woman, her accent, everything is just so powerful about this actress. She is going to nail this movie coming out. I'm really, really blown away by the new trailer that was just released yesterday. And yeah, I'm going to be there opening night. It's yes. I mean, who wouldn't be if you're a Wonder Woman fan? And yeah, so now that we've gone over that statue, I think we're just going to go into the props and shout outs to the different artists that worked on this with Sideshow. And yeah, she's 25.5 inches tall. That's the only other thing that I didn't say. So she is actually a really large statue. Sideshow doesn't normally do statues this tall a lot of the times unless we get into the maquettes. The alien that I just had on my last episode was 28 inches tall, and that's, kind of gives you a good range of the different size on her. I mean, a lot of it is for Shirley based, but they kept up with the Amazonian pride and made a really big, strong, beautiful statue. Good job, Sideshow. I love it. I love having her in my home. She's just great. So now let's go over to props and shout outs. This Wonder Woman statue had 3 different designers at its helm. Chris Anka, Zane Zarbro, and Frank Pepito. The sculpt on this Wonder Woman statue was done by Steven Schumacher, and her paint was done by the incredible Kat Sapine. Also, a big thank you to Sideshow Collectible Design and Development Team for finalizing an incredible Amazon that we can all enjoy in our collections. Make sure you don't miss out on more incredible reviews coming up here on Braddock Media. Click the subscribe button below, leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think. Give a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.